So welcome back everybody, welcome to another video. This is Wild Unfiltered. Why the name? Wild because that is my name, and unfiltered because this is a safe space for all of us to talk about whatever we want to talk about. So welcome to everybody. Today we're talking shoes. So I haven't invested massively in designer shoes over the years. I do have a few pairs and I have tried quite a few different ones, and this video is a little bit about which ones I find comfy, which ones I don't, which ones I love the style of, which ones have been the best thing I've ever bought. Some have been the worst money I've ever spent. I love a lot of the designs in the high-end fashion houses, but unless they're comfortable, for me there's just no point. I don't need them to be comfortable as if you're going to run a marathon in them, but some of them are so crippling to even walk from the taxi to the restaurant back to the taxi. And I think I've said in another video, I've had many times where I have not wanted to even go to the bathroom in a restaurant because I know I've got to walk there and back because my feet are so crippled. So yeah, now I'm getting older and wiser. I just don't need that anymore. I just don't want that. In my younger days, I would put up with the pain. Now I think no, there are enough beautiful shoes out there as to not need to cripple yourself. I think I've got about 6 pairs of heels that I'm going to show you, and they're all similar in respect of they are what I'd call a going out shoe. Going out for dinner, going somewhere nice, you're getting, dressed up, you want a nice pair of shoes. And for me, most of the time that does mean a heel. And yeah, I'm getting more into flats and a bit more casual in certain respects, but yeah, it's nice to dress up and wear a nice pair of heels. So this video is just for those types of shoes. I'll do another video based on flats and boots and all the rest of it, slides, trainers, all the rest, if that's something of interest. But this one is dedicated just to those high heels. So yeah, let's get going. So the first pair are these. Now these are the very one. I've had these, I cannot even tell you how many years, a lot of years. And these are the Louboutin, Christian Louboutin. So obviously they've got the beautiful red sole. They are destroyed underneath, so I need to get these sorted. But you can see I've looked after them as well as I can. There's no damage on the heel. Now these, I don't know if it comes across on camera, these are the satin. So these are satin, and it was, I've forgotten what the style was called. I think this is a 100 and might be 120 here. A bit of a platform. Your heel isn't, the angle of your heel isn't too bad in these, although they are absolutely beautiful still, and I love these shoes so much. I've worn these. These are probably my most worn pair of heeled shoes, like designer heels, and I think they just elongate your leg. I'll do a cutaway of me wearing these. Now these are a size 39, so I'm usually a 39 and a half, and in the satin, which is slightly, there's no stretch in it, but they're slightly forgiving, very comfortable. So I've taken my normal size in these. And yes, these are a little bit of a I was going to say a love-hate relationship, but it's mainly a love relationship. But yeah, after a little while on your feet, these are crippling, but they're stunning, and I'll never ever not wear these unless my feet will not fit into them anymore. I absolutely love these. I think these were my first pair of designer shoes, I think. And I don't even know if they do this style. I haven't seen satin ones in Louboutins for a long time. And I was very lucky to get these. I got these in London, actually in the Mayfair Louboutin store. And yeah, I just fell in love with these. So yes, so that's those. So a beautiful, very sexy shoe, goes with everything. beautiful. The shoes I want to talk about are these. So these are, again, Christian Louboutin, but these, I think these were called the Simple Pump. So these have got the full shoe at the front rather than the peep toe. Little bit of a platform, beautiful red sole. These are absolutely immaculate. I did have the anti-slip, so I haven't really worn these shoes, and we'll come to that, but I did have the anti-slip put on these immediately, because at first when you buy Louboutins, the red sole is so stunning, but it's so slippy. So on any tiles or anyway, I nearly slipped over quite a few times in Louboutins. So I did get these, and these were and it's actually the Louboutin authorised, I think it was called Minute Moi. I'll find it, but it's a cobbler in London. I don't know if they're affiliated to Louboutin, but Louboutin store definitely recommended them to me. And you send these off, you fill out a form, send them off, they do what you've asked them to do, like put the sole on or heel tips or whatever, and then they send them back to you. And I've done 3 or 4, 5 different Louboutin shoes with them, and they're amazing. I assume they're still there. It's a while since I've contacted them, but yeah, so I got these. And another story, I actually got a different pair of these first, and it was the peep toe version, so like the ones I've just shown you. I'm sure they were definitely the 120. I think these are classed as the 100, maybe 105. And yeah, so those ones, if I can find, I'll put a picture up here, because I did end up selling those. And so I'm blaming Andrew on this one. He wrapped his shoes in a plastic bag and put them into the suitcase, and unbeknown to me or him, the plastic bag was then next to not these shoes, the other shoes that I've been talking about. And the plastic bag had like it was like a navy blue purpley colour on it, and I got colour transfer all along here and here, all on in fact it was sort of on the inside. Once you get colour transfer on, on patent shoes, there's nothing you can do. So I was absolutely mortified, like so upset, because the shoes are just so expensive, and Andrew, bless him, felt awful. It was nobody's fault. I never even thought about it. It was my own fault for not putting them in dust bags. And yeah, we learned a very, very quick lesson that day. It wasn't really, really bad, and particularly because it was on the inside. You couldn't see it too much when you were wearing them. But the other thing was, they were so crazy high. I mean, I don't know what possessed me to buy the 120s, I have no idea. And they were absolutely crippling shoes. Oh my goodness. They were, even within 20 seconds of having them on your feet, they were crippling. So yeah, in the end, I thought, you know, I'm going to buy some more that aren't quite as high. So I bought these. Well, Andrew bought me these. He was like, yes, I owe you another pair of shoes. So anyway, he bought me these, and I chose this style thinking these would be a little bit more comfortable. We'll come on to that. And I ended up thinking, well, the other ones are just sat on a shelf. So I did sell them. Obviously I sold them with the knowledge that they were slightly damaged. And even with all that information, I sold them for actually I think I sold them on Vestiaire, and sold them for a really good price still. So I think I pretty much got my money back on them, because they were very hard to get at that point. And the person that bought them was quite happy that they had a little bit of damage, because, as I say, you couldn't see it too much. So yeah, I bought these, and as you can see how immaculate these are. I can't remember if I've worn these once. I don't think I have. And I've had these for, and again I put some cutaways in of me wearing these. They're just crippling. They're just crippling. They are stunning, stunning shoes. And I love the look of these with jeans and a blazer, or some leather leggings, or they go with everything. This nude colour actually is a very good, a good colour for my skin tone, and they make your legs look longer and thinner, and they're a beautiful sexy shoe again. Obviously they've got the beautiful red, but they're crippling, and I just don't wear them. I just don't. So yeah, complete and utter waste of money, yet I love them. So that's my Louboutins. Now I also do have a pair of Louboutin boots. They were the worst pair of boots and the biggest waste of money I have ever had. They are stunning. I think they were called the Bell calf ankle boot, and they were the 85mm ones. So thinking if these are, I think these were 105 and the other one's 120, surely 85 is going to be a lot more comfortable. And in the store, they felt okay. The first time I wore them, I literally walked a couple of 100 metres, not far, but a couple of 100 metres, to a restaurant in them and back. And by the time we got back, firstly, I was nearly crying because my feet were so crippled. And secondly, the heel tips were completely worn through and you could see the metal pin. And I was not impressed with those. The quality of them, these are absolutely immaculate. And the other ones I showed you, the satin ones, I've worn those so much over the years and I've never had the heel tips replaced as yet. So at that point in time, quality very, very good. The ankle boots, again, I'll do a cutaway so you can see them. And I sent them off to the same place that I sent to get this done. And I had this bit put on and I had the heel tips replaced. And then I tried to wear them once more, I think. Had the same issue, crippling. It felt like it had worn down again a little bit. And then my daughter wore them a couple of times and they are absolutely wrecked. And I'll show you pictures of them. And I will not buy any more Louboutin shoes because of that. Those were the most expensive boots or shoes I'd ever bought. I think they were, at the time, I bought a couple of other brands since then that are slightly more, but they were £700 or £800, I think. The biggest waste of money. So my advice is stay away from them. For me personally, not comfortable, quality terrible, heel tips terrible, the leather on the back very, very thin and fine. Yeah, so that's my little tip. Don't bother. So the next ones are these. Now, how many of us have the Rockstuds? I'm sure most people have seen these or maybe have these. Now, again, I have a little bit of a love-hate relationship with these shoes. I think they're absolutely stunning. I still think the style of them is beautiful. I went for the patent black with the nude trim with the studs because I just liked that contrast. I didn't want a full nude shoe in these, although they were beautiful as well. But I just like this this contrast, this combination. So I went for, I think these are 100 heel from memory. So they're not the kitten heel. They do them in a kitten heel, and I think they've got more than one strap that go round. But these are the 100. And yes, I have a love-hate relationship with these. I think the style of them, the look of them, again, I'll do a cutaway of me wearing them. I think they're absolutely beautiful. But again, I find them comfortable for a very short space of time. And then it's agony, absolute agony. And I've worn these quite a few times and they've actually held up reasonably well. In a way, when you try them on, they feel like they're reasonably comfortable. They're definitely more comfortable than the Louboutins, hands down. But yeah, I can't wear them for any length of time. But then again, I'm like that with a lot of heels. So maybe just my feet. So yeah, so these have been, as I say, a little bit of a love-hate relationship because I love them, but I've wanted to throw them in the bin as well. So this is my newest pair of shoes, which you'll have seen if you saw my Paris unboxing. So these are the Saint Laurent. Again, I'll do some cutaways, but these are the Saint Laurent. I think these are called the tribute shoes, and there they are. So these are in the smaller heel height. So I think these are 100mm, but they've got a really, really big platform. So the angle of your foot in these actually isn't, I think it makes it feel more like an 80 or an 85, maybe something like that. And yeah, I think if you saw that video, you'll see that these have been out for years. I mean, they're probably so old-fashioned now to a lot of people, but I have always loved these. The reason I haven't bought these before is my husband. So I'm not saying I wouldn't buy something if he likes or dislikes it, but I like him to like it. I like his approval. I like to look nice for him. I'm dressed for me. I'm not saying you dress for a man, of course you don't. However, it's nice when they like what you choose. And these, every time I've looked at them, he thinks they're hideous. And I think I said in my other video, he called them stripper shoes and said, why on earth would you want stripper shoes? And I thought, because I like them. And I did say to him, but surely you'd like that. Evidently not. Anyway, when we were in Paris this time, I mentioned them again and I thought, no, I'm going to go and look at them. They're never going to be 100% comfortable, but I thought I'm going to try them. We went into Saint Laurent, the actual store on Saint Honoré, and interesting thing, they didn't have any on the shelves at all. And on the website, it did say that they had some pairs in my size in that store available, because you could check on their website. And so I asked the sales associate and she said, oh yeah, no, we do have them. I'll go get some. So just as a word, I don't know if this is just Paris, but always ask, because I would have just wandered in. I thought, oh no, they don't sell these shoes, or maybe these, you only can get them online now or something, because they are very old style. These have been out for years and years and years, and there's lots of new styles that are out. But yeah, they weren't on display. I went up half a size in these. Yeah, I went up half a size in these, and these are pretty perfect. And I've only worn them once, but that night we went out for dinner and I did extremely well in them, and they so far felt very comfortable. I think because they hold you in, because they've got a full strap here, and because the platform's so big, they look as if they're higher than your foot feels that they are. So I did a reasonable amount of walking to the restaurant, going to the bathroom, all the rest of it, and I coped. So far I am loving these. I know they're not everybody's cup of tea, but I like them. Okay, next up, Bottega Veneta. Now these are the mules. Now you can get these in different size heels, and I believe that these are the 90 heels. And I think you can get some that are far more padded, like much bigger, more exaggerated quilting on this side. They all have the square toe, but I went for these because they weren't quite so exaggerated, and they had a slightly lower heel. And I've started to realise that anything over a 90 heel is no good for me, unless it has a platform which makes it less than it actually is, like the tribute ones. So yeah, I got these. Now I was with my daughters when I got these, and I don't think they were entirely convinced that these were a good idea, because again, these are expensive shoes, but I love these. They are comfortable on your feet, just standing around, just walking a short distance. They're actually, this bit holds your foot reasonably well, and as I say, the angle of your foot isn't too bad in these. The problem I have with these for any length of time, well, I have two problems with these. One is because they are a mule, you tend to try to, when your toes in here, your toes tend to try and grip. I'm the same in flip-flops and sliders. My toes tend to grip at the front, and that then creates a pain in the, I suppose, in the arch of your foot and the sole of your foot. So I can find these a little bit like I'm trying to grip onto them to keep them on my foot. And it's not that my foot's sliding out, I think it's automatically my foot tries to do that. So I do find that a little bit of a pain. And the other thing is I do get a little bit of swelling in my feet. And so sometimes I find it a struggle to get my foot through far enough. Other times they're perfect. So this bit can feel a little bit tight. It's not uncomfortable, it's really well padded and beautifully made. It's just my feet sometimes do that. So if you are prone to feet that swell a little bit, just be aware of that with this, because there is a little bit of give but not masses. So there are times when I struggle to get my foot in, but that's not the shoe's fault, that's my silly feet. So yeah, I love these. Again, I went up half a size in these, and worn these a couple of times. No real marks, no nothing so far. And yeah, so that's the Bottega Veneta. And then my beloved Manolo Blahniks. So again, these are in the beautiful satin. I think these are called the Hangisi. And again, these come in millions of different colours. They come in different heel heights. Again, this is the 90 heel. Now, the general ones that they sell tend to be, I believe, the 100 or 105. And then I think there's a 75, and then there's a flat. There might even be a 50, I'm not sure. I think there's a little kitten heel. The 75 is a slightly bigger, and then these are 90, and then there's 105. The 90 are very hard to find, but I'd seen them somewhere. I think it was in Selfridges in London, and I tried this pair on, not this exact shoe, but this one, and they felt really comfortable. And I didn't buy them because I bought other things. I didn't have the budget to keep buying, so I left them, but I took note of exactly what it was I tried on, and I knew it was the 90 heel, and I tried on the 105, and it just felt a lot more uncomfortable. But you still got the same look with this. They still look like a heel. They didn't look like a kitten heel. You still got the elongating of your leg and everything. So for me, it was like, right, well, I'll definitely go for the 90. And this has it's coming up slightly brighter, I think, on screen, but it's slightly muted crystals on the front. So they're slightly more gunmetal. As I say, it's coming up slightly brighter on screen than they are in real life. And I like that. I don't like a lot of bling. That's as much bling as I'm ever going to do. And again, they're in the beautiful satin. And yeah, so I took note of them, and then it's only a month or two later, Selfridges then had I think it was leading up to Christmas, it might have been like the Black Friday deals, and they had 20% off virtually everything on the website. And I just thought, I'm going to just see if these are in the sale, and they were. So yeah, I got these at 20% off, and on these I actually went down half a size. So these are 38.5, and my absolute number one favourite shoe. They are absolutely stunning, and I wear these literally. And I said I hate it when YouTubers say this, but I do wear these all the time. I literally do. Any night out in the last couple of years, I would say very often it's these that I've worn, because they go with everything. So these with black leather trousers and a blazer, with these, stunning, with a jumpsuit, with a beautiful dress. I wore these to my sister-in-law's wedding. I just think they go with everything. They're a beautiful shoe, they're stunning, they're dressy. The satin is beautiful. They literally go with anything you want them to go with, and they'd make an outfit without taking over an outfit. So I would strongly recommend Manolo's. I also think the 90 heel is spot on. It's high enough, you get that elongation of your leg, and these, they are, now I'm not going to say they're super comfortable and I could run a marathon in them. Can't run a marathon in anything. However, I've worn these, as I say, all day to wedding. I've worn them for numerous events and black tie dinners or corporate events, anything where you're on your feet, you know, you're having a champagne reception, you're on your feet a lot. And these are as good as it gets for me. I'm not saying they're perfectly comfortable and at the end of the night you're not glad to get them off, of course. But for what they are, they're by far the most comfy for me. So I will definitely buy more of these. They are my absolute number one. They're very expensive. I managed to get them at 20% off and they've been worth every penny. So it's the same thing for me. You can spend a few pounds on something and it'd be a complete waste of money, or you can spend hundreds of pounds on something and it'd be worth every single penny. So yeah, it's up to you. It's up to you whether you want to invest in it. It's up to you whether you wear them, use them, love them. It's worth it then, isn't it? So yeah, that's the end of this video. As I say, I will put cutaways and everything, and I would love to know below which shoes you're loving, which you find as comfortable. Yeah, I'm not somebody that has hundreds and hundreds of pairs of shoes. I do the same with ready to wear. I do the same with bags. I don't have a huge collection, but what I have, I wear to death and use. So yeah, if anybody's got any other suggestions of ones I could try in the future that you find comfortable, or whether you agree with me on the ones I've said, let me know. But anyway, thank you for watching. That's the end of the video, and I might see you in another one.